Well, all right, guys. We're gonna start the week out. It's time to go. I'm still coughing. You guys might have heard me coughing a little bit in the background. But as I told you guys, I will keep showing up. No matter what, I will keep showing up. I'm still not. I'm a lot better than I was on Friday and yesterday. I wanted to make a video for you guys. Unfortunately, I really couldn't do it. I trust me, I really wanted to. The willpower was there, but the body told me, you know what, it's not happening. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break. I'll come try to see if I can recuperate a little bit. Come back and talk to you guys as I'm talking. I want to apologize in advance if I'm coughing just a little bit, just so you guys know, because I'm still dealing with this cold. You guys, you could probably hear it, right? So I'm still dealing with that. Let me set up everything here. And as usual, if you are here, I appreciate you guys being here. Please make sure you like and subscribe the video. I don't know why I'm showing a little bit of blurry. This is a little weird, but that's okay. But anyway, if you guys are here, make sure to like the video. Make sure to drop me a comment, drop me an emoji, anything. You guys know how important those interactions are for the channel, so I do appreciate for those of you guys who keep showing up every single day and actually giving me that interaction. And this is something that I really, really, really need. Before we get going, I just one quick reminder. Once again, I want to remind you guys that I am not your financial advisor. This is Coach Lloyd. Welcome to Low Web Trading, but I am not your financial advisor. And nothing I say here is any suggestions for you to buy, hold, or sell. Everything I do here is for educational purposes only. So make sure you guys do your own due diligence. And if you do not know how to trade, that you actually contact a financial advisor that can actually help you out. So, we have a lot to cover today. A lot has changed in the world. I have been preparing you guys for this event. It was almost inevitable. So, I have been talking to you guys about making sure you're taking precautions and things like that while I'm setting up things here. I remember talking to you guys saying it seems like we are heading toward war, right? And the stock market been giving us hints. And I told you guys when you see you get to a level, this is the high top of the range, and for whatever reason, this is how it is. Take that any way that you guys want to. Whenever you get to the top of those ranges, right? You get exactly to the top, and you get to a point where you see that you keep getting hitting that same level over and over and over again, but you simply cannot take it, and you kept having wicks, and there's not every single time the market goes down. It's like it's trading a range, and every single time it goes down with high volume. Every single time it goes up with very, very low volume. A lot of times, what's happening around those areas is distribution. All right, I'm gonna change my light real quick and see if that shows a little better for you guys, because mine was looking very, very blurry for whatever reason. Let's see if this lighting is better. All right. But anyway, so that's the biggest problem that I had with this entire thing, because it's like, okay, I'm looking at the market. The market is not coming down. We're trading in a range. However, one thing that was for certain, we can see every single time we have those red candles, volume was high. This is a classic distribution zone. And it's some fancy word that when they say distribution zone, it's just some fancy word that they use to let you know that the people in the know that something might be happening or the market might be going down pretty soon are getting out. But because those guys buy they invest so much money, they cannot get out in one go, because that would crash the stock. They would lose a lot of money. So instead, what they do, they drop it right to support level, let it bounce up. That's why you see he doesn't. We don't have to have a lot of volume for us to gap up and make crazy numbers. And retail traders think they just bought the dip, right? And he get to that high level again, they sold some more because that's where they want to get out. Every single time he gets to that level, they keep hammering it. And I'm going to show you guys that on the chart, right, as we go into it. But I want to show you guys that. But the more pressing things right now is, I'm pretty sure if you're not living under a rock, you guys already know exactly what's going on right now in the Middle East. All right. It is not pretty. It is not fun. I don't want to concentrate on that completely. I mean, too much because you guys know this is a stock trading review and how we can trade things. But you guys going to see exactly how things can go. One, a couple of things you need to know. So the U.S. and Israel attack Iran. Iran is retaliating, and in the midst of retaliating, they closed the Strait of Hormuz. So if you're not familiar with that area, that strait is where 20% of our oil globally comes from. So that's a lot. Meaning the fact that this is a choke point and this is not something that was planned. It just happened just like that. A bunch of oil tankers actually got stuck. Right now, I believe three tankers tried to actually cross. They were hit by Iranian missiles, and I believe one sunk, the other two were damaged. Not sure what's going on with those. So we can see most likely an increase in the price of oil. So you're going to have to look for like oil stocks is probably going to be going up. Defense stock, I have spoken to you guys about that. There was something fishy going on in the market because why is gold, silver, like precious metals overall going up? Defense stock was going up, and you also had energy stocks going up, right? So you can see that's where the volume was going. So the volume was going out of tech into either safe havens, all right, like precious metals, or it was going into energy, things like that. So those are the little things that give me some ideas. If you are a part of the group, as of right now, unless things change. As of right now, you should be waking up. If you took those, copied those Exxon Mobil trades for me, that I dropped in the chat. When you wake up tomorrow, you should be in a good spot. All right. Last I checked, I don't know where ExxonMobil is right now, but last I checked, right when futures open, we were up about, I think we're up about nearly 8 to 10 points. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to get into it, guys. This is a critical week with what's going on because this could be the catalyst that actually set us below the range we've been trading on. So we're going to get into it. All right, that's enough talk. We're going to get right into this trading right now. All right. What are we looking at right now? This is the. Let me do this. So this, guys, let me just remove everything. This is the S&P futures. So this is currently live. All right, this is live. This is the futures open at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So right now this candle is a live candle. All right. So we're looking at that. Where did we come once again? As of right now, with everything that's going on and with the drop that we have, I'm still saying do not panic and stay still for now. Do not panic. Because why? If you were in, say, for example, if you were in calls, right? If you were in calls, or if I was in calls, I wouldn't panic as of yet because we have not broken this structure right there. This is the structure I'm looking at. We've not broken that. We came right on top of it. Do I think we're going to pierce it tomorrow? Probably. Probably. I mean, if it doesn't seem like we're going to have some sort of resolution, some sort of a ceasefire pretty soon, we are probably going to lose that. That's what's going to happen. But as of right now, this is where we are. All right, we're not that far. This is where we are. Again, this is a live candle. If we look at this is the daily. If we look at the MACD, I really don't like the MACD, man. I really don't like it. Once again, it tries to pull up, it couldn't. It actually made a bearish divergence. to go back down. I really don't like what I'm seeing. This is the 4 hours, right? Since we just had this month concluded, I just want to look at the month. So this was February. That's February. This looks like a reversal candle to me. All right. This looks like a reversal candle. So if we're looking at the month, it would not be too crazy for us to revisit a place like that. All right. That's the thing we're looking at. We do have some support levels right around here, but they would not be too crazy for us to see those. All right. So that's what we are currently looking at. Um, looking at the daily, still reviewing the daily. What are we looking at? I have spoken with you guys about that already. We still have that head and shoulder pattern that we still have, and we've not gone down yet. We still have it. Boom, right? We have not gone down yet, so we have that. Now, this is the other problem that we have. What did we just come here to do? We just came to do a double top with a lower right top, right there, right? Double top, lower right top, which is a very, very bearish position. But at the same time, am I going to say the crash is here? Yes, we are dropping. Everyone can see all of you guys can see the thumbnail. It says the drop is happening. Yeah, it is happening, but I'm not calling a crash or even a correction yet because we have not broken the neckline. We're still holding support as of right now. Support is still holding. We must respect that until we break those levels and retest them and see we can stay below. I'm not calling anything like that. All right. Going in the 4 hours, let's see what we're dealing with in the 4 hour time frame. Again, if you are here, guys, and you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you guys may have anytime. Feel free to drop me an emoji, drop me a wave, anything, or questions, whatever it is that you need. Those interactions are very, very helpful for the channel. So please make sure you do so. If you are watching this on replay, make sure to like and subscribe, because that will really help the channel. And if you can share those videos with anyone else that may be able to learn from these things, that would be great and helpful as well. Let's go back here and take a look at what we're looking at. This is the 4 hour time frame, and you guys can see in the 4 hour time frame we're doing one of our best pattern that we constantly see here. This is a head and shoulder pattern. Now, aside from seeing a head and shoulder pattern, let's see what we are looking at. Is there any type of line? Yes. There's a downward trend line that I had. I just wanted to do those fresh for you guys so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. But these are things I already had on my chart. If you take a look at that, you can see this going straight down. And every single time we come to this level, we just bounce right at it. So it's like we're right in that bit of a range. So can we bounce here with this big catalyst? I don't know. As of right now, to be honest, I'm a little surprised of how great the market is holding up, which gives me hope that maybe there are some talks of a ceasefire going on. That's the only thing I can actually think of. Fleet, say what's up, man? James, what's up? Empire Path, I see you guys. Appreciate the views. Thank you. Um, so you guys can clearly see these things, right? Um, I would have thought we would probably gap down, and it doesn't seem like we are doing that as of right now. The market is still holding. I think because of how harsh this thing is, somebody knows something, or they waiting on some additional information. We'll see how things plays out. Once we go into tomorrow, we're going to see exactly how all of that plays out. Now, here's the other thing that may be playing out. I want you guys to be able to understand that. What do we have here once again? We have here once again, we are having a head and shoulder pattern, right? So where's our neckline? The neckline is right here. This is our neckline. So we got below. This is what may be happening. So I need you guys to pay attention to this, right? So we got below the neckline, and what it seems like we are doing, we could be doing a break of the neckline and a retest. That is typically this is like a perfect head and shoulder pattern. You break the neckline, you retest it, and that support level became resistance. We jack back, and then we plunge down. So this is what we're going to have to take a look at. All right, let me just take that out. So we have to pay attention to that to see how we're doing exactly. If I go in the 30 minutes seems like we're trying to come up again. See, this is why you need to look at multiple time frames. And the 30 minutes is saying this is pretty much what's going on as of right now. All right. I know you guys, I talked to you guys about uh, ball flag all the time. As of right now, this would not be constitute a ball flag. Why? Because this support level, which should have been here, did not hold. Now this is a new support level. Now, if we can get a couple of candles that cannot break this support level, we might be up to something. All right, there's 11 minutes left into this candle, so let's see how this candle do. All right, we're just gonna have to see how this candle pretty much plays out. All right, now let's take a quick look at the cues. This is the Nasdaq futures. Again, today I'm checking out the Nasdaq futures today. Let me just remove those. I'm checking out the futures today because I think the futures will give us a clearer picture of where we are and what's going on right now because the market's already open. So you have the stock market trying to digest that news. Again, you can see similar pattern of a double top happen. So we're going to see how that's going. So as of right now, the neckline is seems to be holding, right? So below that neckline could spell danger. Below the neckline could spell danger, but it's always good to actually just take a step back and check the weekly and see where we are. So where's our support levels on the weekly? So we have this level. Since we have a couple of hits here, we have that. Then we have this. All right. So this is what we have on those levels. Excuse me. Actually, let me see if I actually go back. I'm gonna have to remove and put all of these things back on my chart so I can see exactly where my chart is. But that being said, I want to make sure that you guys are prepared for that. One thing you guys need to do while you are prepared and you fully focus on technical analysis, you also have to know what's going on in the world, right? I'll be completely open and honest with everyone. I do not rely on news. I do not. I'm a pure technical trader, but I am aware of the fundamental analysis as well. When you talk about fundamental analysis, this is when you're talking about okay, maybe tariffs, maybe geopolitical issues, and all these things. I am well aware of what's going on, and this is something that I've always done, and I always want to be prepared and know these things that is going on. All right. Now let me just show you guys a little bit on the SPX since we've been reviewing the SPX for quite some time. Quite some time we've been reviewing the SPX. So this trend line that has been holding for quite some time, we are going to. So we already fell back into zone A. All right. Remember last week when I told you guys this is zone B, this is zone A, right? We fell back into zone A. So I expect us to be back here at this level once again, right back to this level. So we'll see exactly how that plays out. Can we break that level? Can we hold? We shall see. Because as of right now, that trend line is broken. This is a trend line that has been holding us for quite some time. For quite some time. For the first time, we are below the trend line. So now I think all we have is this support level. But then again, it's still early. It's still early. Maybe overnight there's a deal was struck overnight or before the market opened. Things like that happen. That would be great. Now, but this is what I don't like is the fact that there are rumors, little rumblings of some Wall Street insiders. that was probably not well positioned, asking the government, or asking not the government, asking the New York Stock Exchange to close markets tomorrow because they fear of what might happen. So this is, and those things to me does not scream confidence in where things are going to go. Although we seems very calm as of now, I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of operation. People know whatever it may be, right? We don't know, but I don't like what sort of this little things that you hearing, like the rumblings. Again, I try to stay connected with things, especially things that involves the market that may move and shift the market. Even though we had support or resistance, and I'm a technical trader, but I also still need to know and take and look at things with greater context. All right. Volatile. You think it might be tomorrow? Do you think it might just go sideways? We shouldn't go sideways tomorrow. We shouldn't, because with that event that just happened, if Iran does not open the Strait of Hormuz, as I mentioned earlier, gas prices will rise. As goes gas prices, so goes everything else. Because guess what? Your groceries need to be transported somewhere. That takes fuel. Your if you're flying something, that if you're shipping something, we shipping something, you need fuel. It's like gasoline, oil is so embedded, or gas is so embedded into everyday life, into what we do, how we do things. So there's no avoiding it. So when if we go, we talking about possibly going up to $100 a barrel, 125. Last time we saw these things, I think that was um around 2008, the 2008 crash, since we saw oil being this high. But if that happens, inflation rise, right? Once inflation rise, that means the Fed cannot do a rate cut, and we're losing jobs. That's stagflation. Stagflation, because remember, the Fed has two mandates. The Fed's mandates are to control employment, the job market, and stabilize the interest rate and stuff like that. So that's their two main mandate. So whenever one is faltering, it's like you robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's the way it is. You gotta take from here to whatever that. Now, when both of those are having issues at the same time, you cannot do anything. That's what really squeeze and put pressure on an economy. Because if inflation is going up, we can't cut interest rate. Because if you cut interest rate, it makes things more expensive. Meanwhile, if you don't cut interest rate, companies cannot borrow on the cheap, so they cannot hire people, and most likely they will be doing layoffs. And now that we have AI, a lot of companies are including and deploying AI agents. They are laying off a lot of people. If you guys are not aware, Black just did the exact same thing. Where I believe they just laid off nearly 40% of the entire staff, something like that. Um, that's what just happened, and a lot of companies are doing it. Anyway, going right back into the SPX, I want to look at this on a weekly level. Actually, since this is a new month, let's see where we were for this month. All right. So for this month, let me just take that out. I can put it right back. For this month, we just did another giant um doji, pretty much. This is what we just did. This is more like a pretty giant doji. This is a long tail all the way up here, a long bottoming tail all the way down here. So nothing, no big move actually happened. Now, if we go on the weekly, again, this is what we did on the weekly. The trend line sort of like held, which was great to see. It was very great to see that the trend line actually hold. So that was great. Going on the daily, again, that is the daily. And while I see this here, I want to remind you guys, it is process over profit. It's POP. This is the mantra. And if you don't know what that stands for, again, it is process over profit, meaning follow your process, the profit will come. Do not chase money. You don't jump on moving trends. If a trade already left you, trust me, something else will show up. Just be patient. All right, something else will show up. Be patient. All right, if you miss that first leg, that's okay. You don't have to catch everything. If you miss the first leg, that's okay. Wait for a pullback so it does like a bull flag or something like that, or retest on a major level, resistance level that was just broken, or support level that was broken, and then take it for the next leg. All right. I just wanted to remind you guys of that. If I go into 4 hours, 4 hours again, didn't look bad going on Saturday because we actually closed pretty well, pretty doggone well. We closed. That was a pretty good close. Look at that. Once again, looking at that, that was a pretty good close. But then you know what? Um, War broke out. If you got caught in there in that, I understand. But as you guys know, I had already told you guys, I was looking to get a position. That was on Thursday when I told you guys that. I was going to wait to see how things were going to go because I already bought puts. I told you guys I bought puts on the DIA, right? So when we got to around this level, I took out some profit. That's just the way I trade. I took out some profit. As of right now, it seems like I wish I didn't, but you know what? You can never blow up your account by taking profit. So this is where we are right now. I see you. I can't laugh, man. You're gonna make me laugh. I can't laugh. Um, but this is where we are. We still have this play playing out. I want to see exactly how that's going to play out. Can we break below this level so we can win? All right. Now, if you asking yourself for whatever reason, is there anything you could have done that, or you could have seen to see that this possible war was coming? It was right under our eyes. It was literally right there, right? Because I was telling those guys that I trade in the live trading chat. I was like, hey guys, I need you guys to know, while the market is suffering today, the defense stock, energy stocks, and precious metals are doing fairly well. This is what Lockheed Martin was doing, right? Look at that. That's a push up, a pullback for a bull flag, and it just broke out of the flag to continue its way up. Now let's take a look at another one. If we go to Raytheon, no, that's not Raytheon. That's yeah, RTX. We go to RTX. Same thing. Look at the volume on this thing. Look at that. This is what I'm telling you guys. Like, a lot of times, what all we trying to do is follow the money. You follow the big money. Those volume spikes are big money coming in, and all this thing did was a double bottom, act like it was going to break out, pull back to that support level. So if you got in here, you are waiting for that breakout. You got shaken out, right? And then it's squeezing right back up. This thing is squeezing right back up. Look at this. That was a beautiful candle. Now, for those of you guys who are part of the community, this is the one that I pulled for you guys. All right. So I pulled this one because I saw that this is exactly. I even sent you guys the pictures and the reasoning behind the trade. So I gave you guys the reasoning. You guys can see this. So we pulled up and then we consolidated a little bit. We broke out of this and we have a nice volume. Now, those kind of volumes are not retail traders. This is institutional money. That's big money coming in, right? So what I'm trying to do, this is what I mean by wait, right? All through here, I waited. I kept looking at it because I missed the breakout right there. See, I had this drawn up. I had this thing all drawn up. It broke out and it kept testing this level. I never took it, and I missed it. I missed it, and by the time I remember to take a look at it, it was already like around here, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to wait until we have the move. Now, if this thing continue to run, the possible endpoint for it, again, this is my analysis. For fair disclosure, I already put this in the chat. And you, if somebody wanted to copy that trade and whatever, I do give out those signals. I hope you're already in, because as of right now, overnight market, I think last I had checked, we were nearly, I think it was around 160, 160. Yeah, 160, 165. This is where we were. So that means the breakout has happened. That's the full TP based on proper analysis and how bull flag should work. Am I going to wait for that long? No, I'm gonna be taking profit, just taking some money out, yada yada and stuff like that. So this is the kind of stuff I was looking at. Once again, I do not have any questions here. If anybody have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Drop it in the chat. And once again, if you are here, my only ask of you is that you like the live. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Liking the lives, any interaction, a thumbs up or anything is really helpful to the channel because it help the channel grow. So I would really appreciate that. And if you know anybody else that can benefit from those lives, please feel free to share these videos with them and let them know to come in. And as a reminder as well, I do have a community on WhatsApp, so feel free to come in the community on WhatsApp. I do have a main lobby that is free. You can connect with other traders. That would be great. Okay. Other thing we have popping up going crazy right now is gold. That's not a surprise. Gold is going crazy. Now, what I was a little bit taken aback by, actually, we just flipped. Bitcoin is not doing much. This is something that to me was a bit mind-boggling. Bitcoin is not doing much. We sort of like have we sort of have this whole thing being done, and what is it that you guys see? So now as you look at that, this is a bear flag, right? This is a bear flag. We're just looking at that. We have, I don't know if Bitcoin can take it and pass it. I actually thought there was some hope of many maybe doing a bit of a squeeze, but it seems like that squeeze never paid out, because this is what I was looking for from Bitcoin. And the trend line says nah. This is why I love trading with trend line, guys. That's why I like trend lines, and I use that in my trading. And you can see that you just have to learn how to properly use them and where they are important and things like that. Um, but yeah, we have that. Bitcoin's not really doing much. If I go on Ether, um, Ether is literally dead money. And by dead money, I mean you just put your money there and it's suffocating. It's doing absolutely nothing. It has been right in that little range since beginning of February, and it just stayed there consolidating. Now, is there a pop coming? I don't know. I'm seeing people saying there's a great bull one coming. I don't see it. As of right now, I don't. I keep telling you guys, as soon as I see it, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, I don't. Right? And I'm not trying to find what's the best. Let's try to buy low. I don't predict bottoms. All right. If I'm investing and I know there's a specific stock that I want to get, okay, I may have certain zones where I'm buying things, right? And if it's something that I say, hey, I want to hold this for the next 5 years, 10 years, all right? But let's be honest, most of you guys, I know that mess with me, that watch me here, are not trying to buy things for 10, 15 years down the line, all right? So therefore, for me to get in something, I want something that's going to move because I want to keep recycling that money, all right? So this is why I look at things that have momentum. We get in, we take off, we get out, all right? And if we can't, it is what it is. Let me see. Is it core weave? I was looking at, no, not core weave. Not core weave. I just wanna let you guys know. These are still my best plays. I wanted to take a look at IWM. IWM has been on a tear, and I have been looking for an entry on this thing. By entry, I'm in a short position because this thing has been rallying like crazy, crazy. Like, look at that. This is One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. This is like 10 months in a row of being green. This is 10 green months in a row. All right. This is why I'm trying to see when I can get a short position on this thing, because I think a short position would be great. All right. When I do, I will let you guys know. But for now, let's take a quick look at it. Again, this is almost the same scenario. We're trying to squeeze and we just cannot do it. We're really trying to squeeze. Right now, we're just consolidating, and the MACD seems like on the daily seems like it's going to roll over. We just cannot do it. That's I mean on the weekly. If you look at it on the daily is doing this. But then again, this is where the IWM might perform a little better than other stocks because it is small cap and whatever. So you might have a lot of utility companies that might be in there. So those should be doing okay. Utilities and industrial might actually do okay. So this is to add some energy. So this might be sort of like the trade. But I do think the SPY and the Qs are at critical levels, and we don't want to lose those levels on those stocks. That is the biggest thing. And for those of you guys I was talking about Netflix, this is what Netflix did after receiving that $2 billion. I believe they did announce that that check was mailed or wired, whatever it was. So that's what it was. They're not going to spend that money anymore. So technically, just it's as if they came in and made an extra $2 billion profit. That's I mean, this might be one of the best deals they've ever done. To make $2 billion just for a couple of months, paying a couple of lawyers, maybe you spent a couple $1 million. You made 2 billion. I mean, from their perspective, that is a great deal. And the good thing about that is the fact that we actually got above that resistance zone. This was a first target for me. This for me was the first target, and we actually took that like nothing. Like nothing. Again, I have Leap on Netflix. My Leaps goes out to 365 days. I do not plan on selling now because I do believe Netflix is way, way undervalued. And the reason Netflix was dropping the way Netflix was dropping was simply because when you look at it, let me see, when you look at it, because of that deal they were doing with Paramount, people were not sure if they could pull it off because Paramount or Warner Brothers is loaded with debt, so they were going to have to assume all of it. All right. So that's about it for me, guys. That's about it for me. I pushed through it. I didn't know I could do it, to be honest. I was in pretty bad shape. For those of you guys who came here early, you might have heard me started to cough before I even came on the live. I'm drinking a lot of tea, a lot of water, um, everything. Doing sauna sessions, trying to make sure I also get some rest. I'm doing every single thing because I wanted to make sure I was at least be able to come here and talk. I thought it would be very disruptive, but once I got in the flow, I started going. I see the tough right away. So um, that was good to see. That was surprisingly good. Anyway, guys, if you are here, if you haven't done so, please make sure to like and subscribe, share the video. I appreciate you guys for showing up. I hope I hope you guys if you have long portfolio that you did hedge it, because I have been preaching that you do not go into a weekend without doing that, especially when we are on the brink of war. You do not go on a weekend without hedging your portfolio. All the signs were there. No one should be caught off guard. Nobody. I mean, at least if you are here, if you here, you mess with me, you come here and you watch me. Nobody should be. Nobody should nobody should be caught off guard because the market has been giving us signs after signs after signs, and we know exactly what is going on with the market because I keep you guys informed. First of all, the stock market has been giving us signs after signs, and I'm letting you guys know. the geopolitical issues that's going on, some of the data that's coming out, whether some of them were cooked or not, whether Wall Street was buying them or not. One thing I forgot to go over exactly is what we have as far as our economic calendar for the week. 9:45, we have PMI comes out. Those things don't typically change the market too much. New York Fed will have some remarks at 9:55 on Tuesday. Um, uh, I don't recall if that guy is actually a voting member, so I don't know how much weight that carries. But on Wednesday, ADP employment numbers on Wednesday will move the market. All right, those will move the market. All right, so you guys need to know that. And then on Thursday, we have a lot of data coming on Thursday. But then again, those data don't mean too much right now. Whether they come, they look good or not, they don't mean too much because there's a major variable added to the equation, and that is the war in the Middle East. This is a big thing, and that thing is spreading regionally. Initially, the France and the UK and Germany said they were going to stay out of it. Now apparently they're jumping in. They saying on a defensive capacity to try to preserve U.S. lives and things like that. But think about that. If you are fighting with somebody, and that person letting you get hit, but every time you throw a punch, they either block it themselves or have the other person block it. How would you feel? Would you feel like you're fighting two people and just fight both of them? I would. So meaning that just got expanded. We just added three more countries into that. Um, I mean, it's a lot of countries against one. We'll see how that plays out, but it seems like things are not going very well right now. Things are not going very well, and I hope they get resolved very quickly. I do hope that because a lot of people will suffer, and I guarantee you, it's not the military industrial complex. Those guys are millionaires. Their families don't feel it. Their kids are not serving and going over there to fight anybody. They are in private schools. They are on yachts. They having fun. They traveling the world. This is what's happening. So the people that's going to suffer is the regular people because you're gonna have to pay more money in gas. You're going to have to pay more money in groceries. Everything will be higher. Inflation's gonna go up. If that doesn't get resolved quickly, inflation will go up. And as of right now, latest assessment was we had actually only prepared for a 4-day war. And now it seems like the administration is saying maybe 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So this has changed dramatically, and in the meantime, a lot of innocent life will be lost. So I hope that get resolved quickly. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys did make sure that you get protection on your portfolio going into the weekend, because at least, at the very least, when market open, when that bell sounds, you're not panicking and trying to dump things because either again, last time, let me go over that one more time. Let me go over that one more time because there is one thing I want to take a quick look at. Hold up. I believe that's the VIX. I want to check the VIX. Let me go over that one more time. As I told you guys, this is how you manage some stuff. Okay. One, you buy puts on these. Two, let me rephrase. This is how I do that. All right, I cannot tell you guys exactly what to do. Buy puts, buy the VIX. Don't buy anything less than 90 days out. I mean, you can get away with it depending on the sector. Buy defensive stocks, buy stocks with dividends, so at least you make a little money in the interim. But most importantly, this is a day trading market because the market is so volatile. It's a ping pong. There's no direction. So this is what you do. With that being said, guys, I'm going to have to leave it here. I have to go meet with those guys in the on Teams for the trading community because though if you are here, I do have some updates on Apex. I have some updates on Apex. All right, get on the Teams live, get on the Teams meeting, so I can give you guys some updates on Apex. Some of you guys going to love them. All right, so I have some updates. I will see you guys there.